broke out of jail in Indiana to meet up with the gang in St. Paul. That was the plan. He knew that he'd be safe, set up shop close to the caves in the Lincoln Court apartments, 1 block south of Lexington and Grand. It was a safe place to be with Dillinger in town, you see. His crime wave never touched the streets of St. Paul town until March of '34, when machine guns started to roar and his crime wave started crashing to the ground. The landlord grew suspicious of unusual behavior, didn't trust the police, so he called the FBI. They met Johnny's boys in the hall, and a big gunfight was called. Dillinger's Tommy gun sprayed out bullets, then he took one in the thigh. It was a safe place to be with Dillinger in town, you see. His crime wave never touched the streets of St. Paul town until March of '34, when machine guns started to roar and his crime wave started crashing to the ground. Dillinger got patched up and headed for Chicago, left St. Paul behind, a new chapter to begin. By the time his birthday come, he was public enemy #1, but his time was growing short, 'cause the FBI was closing in. It was a safe place to be with Dillinger in town, you see. But his crime wave drove him out on the streets of St. Paul town. In Chicago that July, outside a theater, Johnny died, and his web of crime came crashing to the ground. Reaching for his 44, Johnny hit the cement floor. You could hear the thud as his body hit the ground. Oh, Johnny ran out of luck, and St. Paul got cleaned up. 30 years of crime came crashing to the ground. Yeah, oh, Johnny ran out of luck, and St. Paul got cleaned up when the outlaw king went down. They cleaned up St. Paul town. Call it justice, call it fate. Only 30 years too late, the night Dillinger's body hit the ground.